Hey guys, my name is Aoki and I am proud to present to you the Skarner Rework. I got to work with Riot on this reveal, so shout out to them for hooking me up. This rework has been a very long time coming, and I know a lot of people are excited to see the new Skarner, so let's get right into his kit. His passive is that abilities apply quaking to enemies, and if you give an enemy 3 stacks of quaking, they take % max HP damage over time. His Q is that Skarner literally pulls a rock out of the ground and uses it to empower his next 3 attacks with extra damage, extra range, extra honey mustard, and extra attack speed. And guess what? That is not it, because Skarner can also recast the ability to just throw the rock at his enemy's head. Skarner's W is called Seismic Bastion, which goes so hard. Skarner gains a shield, throws a tantrum, and slams into the ground, releasing a shockwave that damages and AoE slows. Skarner's E as he charges forward, ignoring terrain, grabs the first enemy, kisses them on the lips, and pushes them against the wall. If you successfully collide the enemy into a wall, they are stunned. Last but not least, it is Skarner's ultimate, which is a souped up version of his previous ultimate. Skarner's ult is now a skill shot, you can miss it, but he now grabs up to 3 people and carries them with him. Skarner is meant to be a fun, disruptive tank, which means pretty much whatever the enemy is trying to do, whether that be engage or find picks or protect their carry, Skarner will make a mess out of that. He will disrupt their comp, he will ambush enemies in ways that very few champions can, since he can essentially walk through walls. So this version of Skarner is a lot more versatile. His gameplay is going to be much more varied from the previous Skarner, whose gameplay pretty much boiled down to do weird split push top builds, or as a jungler, just flash ult someone once every 5 minutes. This new Skarner has a lot of teamfight options, some decent defensive tools, and some amazing offensive tools. He is going to be a brawler, but more on the offensive side of them, so think closer to Olaf, where you are constantly wanting to attack. Skarner's biggest weakness is still going to be his complete lack of mobility, like dashes, so he will be very easy to kite until he gets on top of you. Because once he's in melee range of someone, he has several tools to disrupt, to stay on top of you, to lock down, and to reposition you. So yeah, he wants to get on top of you, you don't want that. So Skarner's going to be making clever use of his E to skirt around the rules of the game temporarily, kind of like how Kayn can go into the walls and find flank angles that he wouldn't have access to otherwise. However, Skarner is much scarier to get caught by because dispositioning is one of the best types of CC. Champions that have abilities that can actually move you are extremely powerful. More powerful than CC like stuns that just leave you in place, because this means you can go from safely positioning with your team next to a wall to getting caught by Skarner, dragged through a wall, and ulted into his team very fast. So yeah, Skarner's teamfight is just basically 30 times scarier with this rework. Fighting in the jungle is very advantageous to Skarner since there are so many tight spaces, there's so many angles to fight from with his E, and I think it's going to be a very common Skarner combo that we see is that Skarner will flash ult someone, pull them towards a wall, angle them so that his E will slam them into the wall, and then that's going to be your team's hard engage. Riot wants Skarner's identity to be a tank/fighter with enemy target access and lots of teamfight disruption. So we're going to have to wait and see how he's balanced, but I can't see Skarner really thriving in many roles other than jungle, which is going to be his primary role. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be playing him as a support, so let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see me give Scar support a try. So yeah, that is the full Seraphine stage rework. A big shout out to Riot for giving me this opportunity. I personally think they did a really good job. It is a little depressing because the new Skarner's design, it's visually very cool, don't get me wrong, but the old one just had this certain charm to it that I think is kind of just gone from the game now. I felt the same way about the Fiddlesticks rework, like it's amazing, it's legitimately scary, but the old Fiddlesticks was just this goofy dancing scarecrow guy, and when they reworked him, it felt like we kind of lost that character. Like that version of him doesn't really exist anymore at all. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think about the new Skarner. He's certainly more menacing, he's cooler, he has a much better kit, he probably has much more and much better lore, and yeah, so a very small part of me will miss the old purple Skarner that smiled at you in Champ Select. Overall, I think this rework is a massive success, and I think his player base is going to be greatly expanded. I hope old Skarner players like playing the new one, but like, honestly, there's only 8 of them, so at the end of the day, I think this version of Skarner will make much more people happy to play Skarner than the old one. Also, he has this sick new feature where his emote is a crab rave, and if there's multiple Skarners in the game, they will all join in on the crab rave and be synced up in their dance. I don't know why, but I really like this feature, and I hope I get to use it someday. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to subscribe because the second Skarner drops on the PvE, I will be your #1 source for great Skarner gameplay. Alright, peace.